practice over and over and over again, because when I needed her to cry, it was very easy. So she was amazing. I mean, I'll tell you, there was not a young actress who are phenomenally famous now that I didn't see. Anyone that was acting at that time that's famous now, I saw for this part. Drew Barrymore and Reese Witherspoon and all these people. But Fairuza was just so real. You know, she really was a lot like that girl. She had been raised by a single mom. So had Ione, so it was interesting. And Brooke was a single mom at this point. So it was fascinating that there was all of that convergence. And they just knew it. It just worked. And so, you know, watching her, she is amazing, you know, and she won the Spirit Award in the United States for this role. She won Best Actress. And yeah, she was incredible. She was easy. She was so easy for me. I mean, they were all easy, but it was just, you know, what I needed for that part was someone who had a kind of depth to her, that was innocent but had this depth, and that was really hard to find. They'd either get someone really bubbly in, or they'd get someone really dark in, you know, and it was just like neither one was quite right. And then Fairuza she was it. Yes, and her other work, I mean, of course, she's always good. She's always great.
Cool. Do we have another question? Over there, on the aisle.
Thanks. I remember first watching this film over and over again because my sister taped it off TV when we were kids.
Oh my God.
And it's just an absolute pleasure that it's back. And one of the bits that we'd always get back to is just everything with Donovan Leitch's completely captivating car crash Darius. And just if you could talk a little bit about his...
About the Darius character?
Yeah, please.
Well, it's funny, you know, watching him also now, it's like, you know, when we were shooting it, when we were cutting it, we were still like, we don't know if he's gay yet. I mean, we were just kind of like, let's just leave it slightly, maybe he's just new romantic. Maybe he's just bland, you know? And I think that it was the right thing to do, because in a way there's this kind of tension that isn't easy, you know, and it's a little more complicated. And that's how Donovan decided to play it. He was like, I don't know, you know, maybe he just likes to wear makeup, or maybe he's gay, and just maybe he's gonna leave Deming and, you know, go someplace where he can just, you know, go crazy, you know. So it was really fun, and really, I wish, and I don't know if we ever had this, I can't remember if we shot a lot of stuff with him, Fairuza, that didn't end up in the movie, but I don't think we had much more beyond, there was no real reconciliation of all of that. You got the idea that they were still going to be best friends forever, but you know, that wasn't going to be reconciled any other way. But he really went for, he decided, you know, that this guy was really into like David Sylvian and Japan and into like Nick Rhodes, and he just kind of fashioned the whole thing that way for himself. Mark Bolan, you know, he was really, and then later Donovan had this kind of glam band, you know, that was like that. So it was pretty fun, the sort of glitter band that he had.
I wanted to ask, I mean, just thinking in that wonderful scene where she's trying to seduce him, and it's the bunk beds, and like actually in the film pretty much everyone has like a single bed, and the only time we get a kind of extended sex scene, it's kind of in a kind of cave, a weird kind of fluorescent cave.
Oh yeah, it's true.
And I was just thinking that everything's very kind of close in one sense, and then you've got these kind of massive landscapes, but it never feels like it. Things felt claustrophobic, but never miserable. And was that something kind of conscious in terms of the first time I think you realise how small it is when you see like a kettle on the table when she's making the phone call, and it's just so tight.
Well, that was the thing too, was you know, I did shoot inside an actual mobile home.
Mm-mm.
Now, it was inside a warehouse to make it a little bit easier for getting the equipment in and out. But I just felt like if we don't shoot in a tiny space, we're gonna indulge ourselves, and it's not gonna feel